October 2016. So October in my neck of the woods brings about nature preparing for the snow to come. It's fall going into winter, and it may be spring going into summer where you live. Either way, we are looking at the season we are moving into rather than the season we are actually in. In my neck of the woods, the squirrels are gathering their nuts. They, with the other animals, prepare to take stock. The birds start to flock together in the yards, the trees, and the sky. And if you were to look up into my sky, you would most likely see the Canadian geese practicing their formation, a perfect V. Most of the birds are preparing for the migration to warmer climates. The changing of the season tells them that it's time to go forward. This part of their journey is coming to a close. New territory lays in wait for them. Nature around you looks like it's on fire with the brilliant colors of the leaves. The golds, oranges, and red leaves dance in the trees, and slowly, one by one, float gently to the ground to illuminate our path forward. In numerology, October is the 10th month and therefore carries the energy of the number 10. We can deduce this number to a single digit by adding the 1 and the 0 together. If we add in the year's energy of 9, we now have 19. October the 10th month plus our energy of the year, which is a 9. If we take the 1 and plus 9, it comes to a 10 again. So when we look at the tarot cards, we're going to be looking at the 19th, the 10th, and the first card, which is the Sun card, the Wheel of Fortune card, and the Magician. And for a complete picture, we need to pay attention to the astrology. So the Sun is in Libra until the 22nd. Now Libra is the 7th house, so this all stands for marriage and partnership. It's all about balance within our relationships, the relationships we have with others, and the relationships we have with ourselves. The energy can show us where there are alliances as well as conflicts. We will tend to focus a little bit more on the balance that needs to be present in our lives. Our decisions can be much harder to make because we are seeing both sides of the coin. Libra is also an air sign, so we tap into our intelligence and we take on this rational viewpoint of situations, so we become the diplomat in many ways. We tap into our mental energies, allowing us to be more communicative through our voice and through writing. We can tap into our wisdom. It's a cardinal sign. New starts, new beginnings. We may be more focused on bringing in new ways to have a harmony, a balance in our lives with the people in our lives that matter most. We seek new ways to manifest beauty and creativity into our daily lives, as well as within our communities, neighborhoods, and the world. Now the Sun will progress into Scorpio after the 22nd, and that brings in a deeper energy. It's about death and rebirth. It's about growth and change. We may strive for self-improvement. We may take a personal pride in our responsibilities and obligations. We've moved into a water sign, so we become more emotional, but also more sensitive to our surroundings and other people. Our intuition is heightened around this time. The power of imagination grows, and therefore we can tap into our creativity. Scorpio, or the 8th house, is a fixed energy, meaning that we'll probably be a little bit more resistant to change, nor can we be easily swayed to a different point of view. Rather than wanting to adapt to the environment around us, we may be more inclined to want to change the environment to suit our needs. So remember to go with the flow. And it's going to be a lot harder to do that with the fixed energy around us. We come into October immediately following the new moon's energy. We have 3 fantastic moon energies this month. We come in with the new moon that happened on September 30th. And this was an energy that allowed us to emerge from fear and anxiety that's lingered around us in one way or form from another for most of the year. And I think that had a lot to do with the Saturn-Neptune square. We're able to tap into our dreams of love, our well-being, our romance, money, and we see a path that we can enter in the month of October to make those dreams come true. So as we go into October, we should be feeling a lot more optimistic of what we can accomplish with this new moon energy riding the wave of the month. And then we come to the full moon at 26 degrees Aries on October the 16th, and I believe it's a supermoon. Now, we have to ask ourselves, what seeds did we plant during the new moon of September 30th? Did they take root? And we really need to be open to change here. Now, Aries is a very active, fiery sign, and the moon is more of a sensitive inner energy. So changes can be made by our own conscious actions of what we need to complete, let go of, close the door on, in order for our dreams to grow. Or situations can be forced upon us to keep us moving forward during this full moon, because there needs to be completions, there needs to be endings, there needs to be a forward movement. So it's not really the changes that affect us, but rather how we handle the changes through our free will that really will move us forward right now. We really need to be careful not to be so sure of our own opinion that we don't want to further our awareness in certain areas of our life. We can be very strong in our opinions right now and not allow new wisdom in, so be conscious of that. We could be having a pity party for ourselves for what we haven't rightfully received yet. Or we can take a great passion for life to just overtake us completely. Either way, our response may be very spontaneous, so we need to stay grounded. We need to be the diplomat. And then we have the new moon at 7 degrees of Scorpio on October the 30th, taking us into November. And it takes us into November with this dreamy and optimistic energy. Okay, we're probably going to really embrace this energy because we've had a lot of hard energy that we've had to face. So this is going to feel a lot lighter. Communication should be highlighted because Mercury is involved with this, and Neptune is also involved. So it's going to add a spiritual aspect to this energy. Mercury will leave its shadow period on October the 7th, and we can finally start moving forward into new adventures. It will also be moving into Libra, and this will shine a light on our communications with our own personal relationships. If we feel that somebody is not listening to our words, or we're not paying attention to their words, arguments can appear. Mercury hurries into Scorpio by the 24th, and we'll start to explore the deeper meanings behind the words spoken to us and us to others. Venus is in Scorpio, so we may lean towards finding our fulfillment through our sexual involvements. Venus can really bring out the passion within relationships, so expect some sparks to fly. Advancements in career can stem out of a love for what somebody may feel for you. And it will move into Sagittarius about mid-month on October the 18th, which can give us an understanding of the people with different backgrounds and different walks of life that we cross. We can have high ideals during this time, but we may also long for the unattainable, so we need to stay grounded once again. Mars remains in Capricorn, allowing our energy to be one of confidence. We find we can work well with people and we can work towards favorable outcomes. Be careful not to come across with a sense of arrogance, though. Okay, we can get very sure of our thoughts and our path forward and the way we see things, to the point where we may cut people off. We may not listen to their words. We may not take their advisement into consideration. Jupiter is now settled into Libra and will remain there for about a year's time. And that's the planet of expansion and good luck. And Libra is all about beauty, balance, harmony, love, and our connection with others. We can more easily get in touch with our creativity of the beauty in the world and within ourselves. And we will probably be a lot less focused on criticizing things and looking more at how we can move forward with things. We want to align ourselves with teams, working with others, and therefore bringing in harmony and maximizing positive outcomes. Remember the Canadian geese flying in a perfect formation? So why do they do that? So first, it conserves their energy. Each bird flies slightly above the other bird in front of him. resulting in a reduction of the wind resistance, and the birds take turns being in the front and falling back when they get tired. In this way, the geese can fly for a long period of time before they have to stop and rest. And so we too can benefit by using this strategy, by teaming up with others to accomplish great things in our communities, at work, and within the family. Now, Saturn is still in Sagittarius, Uranus is in Aries, Neptune in Pisces, and Pluto in Capricorn, and it is now finally moving direct, allowing us change and transformation to come into our lives. So now we enter the numerology of the month. We start with the number 19. So October the 10th is the month, and we are in a 9-year. So that gives us a total of 19. So 19 is about new beginnings. It's about overcoming obstacles. It's about rewards. It's about love and marriage. This energy enhances our sun and Jupiter in the Libra energy. 19 is the love vibration. So marriages under this number are very blessed. And this could be happy reunions with friends, meeting new people, and maybe meeting new people that can turn into lifelong friends. This is a time when we can see the manifestations of our prior work. It honors our creative energy. And it is now that we may start to see the reaping of the rewards that come. Brand new starts can be stepped into. The energy asks you to step out of your comfort zone, to take an independent step forward. Now, you're going to be fueled with a drive and energy to tackle what is in front of you too. This is a time to take a chance. This is a time when you know that luck can be on your side. So be careful on what you want to take a chance on, though. Okay, if you're simply indulging in a very personal desire, the energy can manifest that will cause difficulty for you or the people close to you. Okay, we don't want your future to darken. We want the energy to come in. So remember the energy of Jupiter in Libra. We find the harmony, the success, the balance when we join forces with others to create the beauty within the world. So knowing that you are going forward on a path of creativity through love can bring in great happiness and contentment into your life now. Plans forward must be well thought out, and we need to know the true reasons behind why we want to move forward on a certain path. Now, the tarot card is the sun card. Okay, so the sun brings in the light. It's a symbol for great divine power. The sun brings in understanding or makes sense of the chaos that surrounds us. It's that aha moment. It's seeking the truth. It's a time for experiencing greatness. So you can find yourself at the center of attention or being singled out for a good deed or a job well done. Promotions and new jobs and careers can happen because of who you are and what you represent. Okay, what skills you bring to the table. And maybe it's your own celebration of you that happens. Jupiter in Libra is the perfect time to enhance our outer appearance. And it's a great way of celebrating the inner you and reflecting it out into the world. It's feeling the energy, the vitality. You know, right now you shine, you perhaps glow. And enthusiasm can build in you, absolutely. And the sun represents honoring the true self. It's about believing in you. It asks you to be confident with every step you take, to know your worth, to know you've got this. This could be a time where you feel healthier, the inner you and the physical you. So look at ways to honor yourself for your talents, your abilities. It's a wonderful energy to forgive yourself, to be kinder to yourself. So this could be a great energy to set new goals for diet and exercise, to treat yourself as a temple. Okay, this month wants you to let your light shine. Okay, and then if we go to the month of October, that is the 10. Okay, and it's amplified, right? If we take October the 10th, October is the 10th month, and then the year 2016 is a 9, it comes to 19, which boils down to a 10. So a 10 is very strong. And remember, the 0 enhances the number 1. Okay, so the 10 is kind of like, it's a time to tap into our intuition. Now, people looking into our lives will call it luck. Okay, even though we know it took a lot of work to get to this point, other people will look in and go, wow, you were at the right place at the right time, or can you imagine this happening to you, or what a break, what a streak of luck. So, but we can see things taking a positive turn. When the number 10, it speaks towards working towards and seeing positive results in the work that we have done, okay, in the effort that we have already put into our lives. So it's a vibration that also allows for new beginnings, okay, new projects. Number 10 brings in situations that seem like they're chance happenings or out of the blue experiences. And in fact, these things come into play because we were diligent before and we showed our diligence and our determination leading up to this moment in time. So this could be a time where we find ourselves alone and having to make some very key decisions. Okay, we have to think things through carefully, lean on our intuition to make the right decisions going forward. We have to become the diplomat. So if we have been putting all of ourselves into a certain area of our life, this could be very well the month where things start to actually come together for you. So progress and advancement are likely outcomes with the 10 energy. And in the tarot cards, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Out with the old and in with the new, closing doors in order for new doors to open. It's a time to be open to change. It's a time when you understand that you need to step away from something in your life in order to seek a new path, to change your course forward. And if you haven't been using energy wisely, and life really seems to be dumping on you, this is the time to make that resolution to yourself about how you intend to use the energy going forward so that when the 10 energy reappears in your life, you are in a position to actually reap the rewards of starting the work now. So this is a time where you can feel it's like a sense of destiny. This is a time when doors open that seemingly appear out of nowhere. It's that chance meeting. It's being at the right place at the right time. And it can be magical, and you can see miracles happen in your life. The aha moments can happen. You see your path forward. Awareness and expanding your outlook, a new perspective, stepping into a new role or embracing a new purpose are all possibilities. So when we take the number 10 and we boil it down to a single digit, it becomes the number 1. But this 2 is amplified because of the 0, right? So the 1 is even stronger. And the 1 is all about new beginnings. It's a new independence being born within us. This is a time to begin again. Okay, we saw the Wheel of Fortune card, and this can be closing doors on part of our life so that we can free up time, energy, resources to allow new opportunities and new paths to open up to us. The number 1 shows us our inner power. And once again, we can be put into situations where we alone must make certain decisions to tap into our independence, to prove to us that we've got this, that we can build our own independence, our own security, our own empowerment. This energy can also separate us from people and things that we have been growing too dependent upon. So it forces us, the number 1 forces us to really see our own inner strength and how we can master our independence. The number 1 calls us to set some long-term goals, dreams, and then start doing the work to achieve the goals, to achieve the dreams. We must really believe that we can accomplish and, having that self-confidence once again. And that will bring in everything we need in order to accomplish. We could want to learn something new. We could want to hone a talent or an ability. We may want to experiment with new and different. And it's not a time where you're going to be able to take no for an answer. You're going to want to push through any roadblocks that may be present. Okay, it's a time to be courageous. It's a time in following our dreams. Miracles can happen under the 1 energy. The key to opening up new doors, new pathways, and it's the amount of focus and concentration we put into our path forward and the door that we want open that starts to swing open. So take time each day in our minds to see what we want to manifest. See yourself doing what you want to do. Imagine the small details of it. And this allows your subconscious to kind of bridge the conscious, and it will lead you to the baby steps that you need to take. So be as independent and decisive as possible this month, knowing what you want and the path you must walk in order to obtain. And we also have to balance this energy, right? There's always a good and a bad, right? So we don't want to be too stubborn. We don't want things to be only the way we see them to be. We need to tap into our wisdom, our intuition, and see the rationale of every move that we make. You know, does it move me to where I need to go? Does it put me in harm's way? Is it something that only builds my ego and little else? Is it planned? Is it impulsive? Remember that the number one is exactly that, one. It has to matter to you in order for you to tap into the passion and do what needs to be done. It's a number of independence and knowing your own steps forward. So in the tarot card, it would be the Magician. I don't have the Magician out. You're going to have to wait a second for us to find the Magician. So I'm just going to pause as I pull out the Magician here. I'll be right back momentarily. Okay, so I got the Magician, but you know what? For some reason I had the Chariot out. And I'm not going to shy away from the Chariot being pulled out. I never think that anything is a coincidence or an accident. I think it was meant to happen, and so this really shows the focus we need in order to go forward in our plans, in our goals, in our desires, to bring it into existence. So there's an emphasis here on our focus going forward of things that we have to take control of in our lives in order to truly move forward on that path in our life. So let's go back to the Magician. So in tarot, the Magician holds the energy of the number one. And the Magician is asking you to realize your potential. So perhaps it is by using your talents and abilities, or stop procrastinating to do what needs to be done to work the plan. The Magician asks you, what do you want? So take some time, set it aside this month, some quiet time, and ask yourself, what do I truly want? To know it, to go within and understand exactly why you want what you want. What is the motivator? What is your intention? What is needed to be successful? Are you committed to it? So, you have to ask yourself, what does it look like when I've accomplished the goal, the dream, the desire? And taking the time to ask ourselves the hard questions can bring in some magical results because we fine-tune our dream, our goal, our desire. The Magician asks you to see your inner power, to tap into your vitality, your creativity. Expect to make a strong impact on your world and those around you. The Magician stands with his wand stretched to the heavens, ready to be the instrument to make the miracles happen here on earth. But the Magician also needs to remain humble in knowing where his divine power comes from and to be successful now and going forward. October 2016 brings in an energy for new beginnings, to raise our independence in who we are and what we want to create, who we want to become. This in turn strengthens our resolve when dealing with others and joining forces with others. The Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, as well as the numbers 19, 10, and 1 combined, bring us into an energy that offers new beginnings and adventures. It allows us to shed unwanted energy and brings in the magic of miracles to be present in our life. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.